Hello, and welcome. I'm Webweaver, and I'm so glad you have found my channel here today. This is where I do a one-card tarot reading just to give us some guidance for our day ahead. As always, these readings are for entertainment purposes only, and I am using the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck, which is different than traditional tarot, so I do have notes that I pull from to help guide my readings. I'm still working on the light situation. It is a dreary, dark day outside, so if I turn this off, the camera adjusts, but then I can't see. So this new setup is a work in progress, but it did clear a whole bunch of mess off of my phone, so that is hopeful. All right. I hope you have had a lovely Tuesday. As I said, it's dreary and cold here. I didn't do my walk this morning. I actually got on the bike downstairs. So I just could not get myself to want to walk when it's 28 degrees Fahrenheit outside, below freezing, cold. I have to ease into winter, and I have not yet eased into winter, so that wasn't happening. All right, we are doing a reading for November 19th, 2025. That is Wednesday, November 19th. What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for the day? What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for the day? What do we need to know for the day? That was me misshuffling. What's our message for the day? What do we need to know for the day? What's our message for the day? What do we need to know for the day? All right, I am going to split the deck. I do not read reversals. All right, and we have the Five of Fire. This is interesting. Oh, so I throw things around here. The Five of Fire. I will tilt this down so maybe you can see it while I talk about it here. I'll hold it up in a second. Let me just pull out Fire. If I recall correctly, this one has come up previously, and it has throughout the year, multiple times throughout the year. And when this one has come up throughout the year, it has been at a time when politically we are at a heightened point of tension. I'm trying to remember, there were Supreme Court cases that came out, fights that were going on politically, and this card made its appearance anytime something like that was happening. So we haven't seen it in a while. It does not surprise me that it's coming out today for tomorrow, given that the House just voted today to demand the release of the Epstein files. It will now go to the Senate, and I'm not sure when they will take up the vote, but there's just a lot of tension in the air politically. So I have made mental note of this card appearing whenever that happens. So the card description says that this symbolizes a time of chaos, conflict, or confrontation, either at hand or ahead. Whatever the motivation, lives have been ended because one or more have decided to target another with vicious cruelty. This card represents a choice to walk one of two paths: to embrace or even condone this behavior, or to end it. If the choice is to embrace it, know that you will be met with the same aggression, because aggression only perpetuates more aggression. If your choice is to help end it, then be mindful of your actions. Abide by the golden rule in this moment. Treat others how you want to be treated. So as I said, this card has come up in the past a lot. If we do the bigger picture reading first, whenever major Supreme Court rulings have come down, or other political battles have ensued, when tensions were really high, and man, are the tensions high this week. I think Libby even said that in one of her readings, how heavy the energies of this week are. This week it's feeling a little tense, and that's usually when this card comes up. In your personal life, this card may have to do with people in your life who are challenging you, or challenges that come up that anger you. Lots of that fiery, passionate, righteous indignation kind of energy, right? That you need to make sure you pause. I am a fire sign, so I have been told in the past that my righteous indignation is beautiful, but I have had to learn to temper those feelings. So if you have something come up in your life tomorrow that really just gets your blood boiling, whether it be at work with a person or a task, or in your family, somebody that, we're getting close to the holiday season, and tensions can sometimes be high during the holiday season. Maybe it's somebody in your community, maybe it's a neighbor, whatever it is, you have a choice in the situation, no matter what it is that's happening. You can either do what they're doing, right? You can embrace the anger and confrontation and chaos and perpetuate it, continue it, or you need to just end it. Don't perpetuate it. I'm not saying don't stand your ground, but I'm saying don't engage in aggressive, chaotic behavior. There are better ways to handle it. Sometimes it just means you need a timeout, a cool down, whatever you want to call it, in order to come back and handle the situation a little better. Much of life, I can apply the rules that I learned when I was learning to scuba dive. When you get underwater, when you're scuba diving and you get panicked, you start breathing more and you start using more of your air, and that's a problem, right? So you don't want to be using all kinds of air when you're under the water, relying on that air to breathe, to survive. So the rules when you are a scuba diver and you start getting panicked, stop, breathe, think, and then act. So if you choose to perpetuate the chaos, then it's only going to bring about more aggression. It's going to cause more problem. As difficult as it is, the better choice in your situation is to stop the chaos, stop the aggression, stop, breathe, think, and then act. Whatever it is that comes up tomorrow. So if you would like to meditate on the imagery of this card, I will bring it a little closer and hopefully, okay, you can pause the video in order to meditate on the imagery. Otherwise, I will be back tomorrow with our next reading. That card makes me a little curious about what's going to happen tomorrow. But, we do have 5 planets, I think I read, in retrograde right now, Mercury being one of them, and that little Mercury likes to cause a whole host of problems sometimes, depending on where it is in your chart, and what planet it is retrograding through, I believe, or what sign, and I believe it is Sagittarius right now. I looked earlier to explain it to somebody else, but we do have 5 planets in retrograde right now. Mercury and another one will clear up on the 1st. They'll start moving out of retrograde again. But just stop, breathe, think, and act. And I will leave you with that. I hope you have a restful Tuesday evening, and I hope that tomorrow you are able to maintain composure no matter what it is that happens. Blessed be.